What's up, my soul lovers out there? What's up? It's girl Lisa Marshall, keeping it old school. Welcome to the Soul Kitchen, where we create those delicious soul stews. That was cheesy. See what I did there? Boom, boom. Anyway, I thought I'd hop in and talk about universal reverb and delay using mono and stereo reverbs and mono and stereo delays. And today I am using Abbey Road Plates and Waves J37 Tape as my delay. So we are going to use my reverb and delay global aux chain delivery. Is that the word I'm looking for? Basically, I've got a lovely PDF that is outlining how much I should apply of each reverb and delay to the various mix buses, depending on how I want to create a more a wider field or a deeper field for that instrument. So I'm going to show you what that looks like here. I'm going to start with the vocals, and I think I've already added the vocals. I'm going to show you quickly how I use the aux sends to go ahead and create those sends for the various instruments to create that depth and width and that delicious analog sound as I continue to record and mix my EP called Higher, doing my best to emulate Stax Records sound using their tips and tricks in a digital DAW. So let's take a look at that. I'm going to show you this reverb PDF that I have, cheat sheet, and also let you know that I have the link below if you're interested in picking that up. I've also got some mix chain PDFs for the lead vocals, backing vocals, and I think the mix bus, which you can go back and look at some of my other. I'll put the link below after we're done with this on where you can find my tutorial on top-down mixing, because that's generally how I start. And I've been experimenting with that, and I really like that approach because it really helps me kind of get excitement around my project instead of feeling overwhelmed. If I can kind of get that tonal quality somewhat close to my reference track, then I kind of feel excited about continuing the rest of the song instead of like, I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel I get overwhelmed and I'm afraid to go back and look at it. I don't know. So this is a 1-minute song that is going into my EP with the idea of taking these 1-minute songs and kind of layering them in between, the full tracks to create that almost like Donna Summer on the radio, the miseducation of Lauryn Hill kind of idea. Leaning in a little more towards psychedelic soul and funk on this album. This song is also, I think, perfect for sync licensing. So it's also going to go into my sync licensing catalog. And please stay tuned and subscribe for that, because I will be talking about how I do the cut downs and show you also how I convert my tracks to 432 hertz. And how I get the metadata together for those and the ICRC codes, etc. And I'm also taking more custom song orders and have plenty of songs available for licensing for your next corporate event or retreat or special occasion. I have some really great songs for like union ceremonies and weddings, etc. Okay, let's jump on into this. I will shrink my head. I'm going to show you the universal or the global, excuse me, the PDF that I'm using here and to I created these PDFs honestly for myself because there's so much information in mixing, and I use these myself to reference whenever I'm mixing because it's just simply too much information for my marbles to contain. And not only that, but my intention is to also help more artists kind of take control of their creativity. I think it's really needed and it's really important, especially as the music industry keeps shifting. And, I've lived in LA, played the Troubadour, the Roxy, chased the record deal, had Warner Brothers following my band around type thing. And as I do my deep dives on really how to sustain myself as an independent artist, and just realize that unfortunately there's not a lot for the indie artists, like support, in other words. So as I'm doing this and putting these together, I'm sharing these also with other artists because it shouldn't cost you out the nose to basically have your art put together in kind of this sonic painting and then turn around and sell it for 99 cents on a digital download. If I can help you get some of this knowledge and give some of these PDFs and these processes, for really pennies to the dollar, honestly, and share some of the resources for free as well, that's what I want to do. I want to help you also as I am learning along the way and share the processes with you. So that's why I'm creating these PDFs, not only just for myself, but because, the world needs our voices, man. They need to hear the weirdos and the people who have these, outrageous ideas that don't sit in the mainstream. And it's really important that we have a voice. So that's also the other reason why I'm creating these PDFs. And I forgot to pull up my phone so I could see and communicate with you guys, have a little chat today as we do this session. Oh, and I think I'm on the wrong place. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this universal reverb approach. It's kind of cool. Steph, what's up? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. So here we go. So as you can see, right here is my fantastic cheat sheet that I'm going to be using today. It's telling me exactly how much to dial in from the aux sends for each mix bus. And because I love strings and horns, this particular track does not have that. I've also got that in there too. Again, Stax Records. I love old soul music. I love retro 1970s soul and funk. That is my jam. And I just want to continue to the best of my ability to write those kinds of songs. So let me show you what's happening here. Right here, make sure I can see you too. Make sure I can see that I'm showing you the right thing. Okay. Right here, as you can see, this is my mono delay, my mono reverb, my stereo delay, and stereo reverb. And the last live that I did, you can see me actually creating all of these aux sends from all the buses. Here's the lead vocal bus. Here's my guitar bus. Here's the backing vocal bus. And any tracks that aren't going to a bus, but straight to the mix bus. For instance, this is the bump bumps. There's a lot of fun, interesting vocal things happening in this song that I have completely been influenced by Marvin Gaye and some of the cool stuff that he would do on his songs. So But as you can see all the buses are ready, and they're all going to, they all have access to all of these delay and reverb. Now, I've already dialed in lead vocal bus. Now, another important thing I think worth mentioning, over here on the mix bus, you can see I do have a send to this here Abbey Road, and I think I'm using a large plate. It's a preset. I love their presets. I rely on them a lot. I do it because it helps me mix faster and it saves my ears. So I have, as a musician, a little bit of tinnitus going on. So these are some of the shortcuts I take. This works for me. And the reason I'm doing that from the mix bus is because I'm basically trying to create, making this sound like a band, all in the same room together recording. And I'm trying to capture some of that room reverb as well overall. So that's what we're doing. All right, let's play a little bit on this track. So I have used a lot of the subtractive EQ in the PDF that I called Secret Sauce, which talks all about subtractive EQ. I find that is what is helping me get more clarity around all the instruments in my session. Love it. There's just so much going on here, but I'm trying to focus on what we're doing here, and that is the reverbs. All right, let's get moving. So I've already got my lead vocal dialed in. I'm going to go ahead. This is an echo vocal, basically like in... All right, so that's what that is. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to also give it the same treatment as I would. Actually, we're going to start with the backing vocal treatment here. So on... Actually, I want to move... I'm going to move these more in order of this diagram so I don't go screwing it up. Very cool. Now, the reason we're doing mono and stereo is because things like lead vocals, drums, like snare kind of stuff, if we're going to put anything on the bass, we may or not. The reason why we're using those mono things is because we want those to kind of have that feel that it's a little more centered instead of like the backing vocals. I want that to have a feeling that it's a little more stereo, little in the stereo field. And you can see I've EQ'd, I've put an EQ before every single one of these and a compressor after both reverbs in order to keep the tail in check. So nothing gets too washy, nothing gets too muddy, right? Because I like where the mix is setting. I don't want to go muddying up or getting things washy with reverb or delay. All right, so let's start with this. We're going to do the same for the backing vocal on the mono plate here. Which means I'm going to, you know what? That was a really bad idea because I have these in order here. So never mind. Okay. So mono reverb, we're going to give this guy this echo. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to highlight. Since I'm going to give this the backing vocal treatment, I'm going to highlight this and all the backing vocal tracks, including the backing vocal bus, so that I can go ahead and dial it in all together. And let me get these turned on. Also, yeah, we're going to get these post fader. Okay, talk bus. All right. We're going to treat it the same as a backing track. So basically, we're going to hit Command, hold Command, and then highlight all of the other backing vocals, the bump bumps, the dupe bus, and the talk bus, which also has some vocals on there too. I'm going to treat them all like a backing vocal track. And I'm going to change them all to post fader first. All right, so mono plate is where we're going to start, which is the mono reverb. That is 26, and we're going to push this to about minus 15. $15.2 works for me. And then we're going to go to the stereo plate, just 25. And we're going to push this to about minus 12 dB to give it a little more of the stereo field effect. And then on a mono delay. So delay gives you a little more depth, a little more pushing things up to the front. So on the mono delay, we're going to do that around 20. Not a whole lot, but we want to hear it. And then the stereo delay, about minus 12. Now, yeah, well, that's where we're going to start. Do you hear what a difference that makes? For some reason, I just wasn't paying attention. I didn't see that went all the way up. And that is, of course, our mono delay, how it just pushed it way up to the front. So let's put this back where it belongs, to 20. About 23 would be fine by me. And let's make sure we get all these settings back where they should be. The mono reverb. I want to do about 15.8 on that, honestly. And of course, the stereo delay. I didn't notice that some of those were already up so high. So, okay. We're going to have to do these individually because I had already put some of these up and did not realize it. That's all right. This is part of the game, man. 27, mono delay. 15. So 15 here. I'm going to do about 15.5. $26 mono reverb. Yep, 15. Okay, just make sure. Yeah, it's... oh, wait, keep that. It's the lead vocal bus. All right, we did this already. Yeah, 20. Yeah, I promise once you get into the flow of things, it is kind of easier than trying to maintain all of the the separate reverbs. Yes and no, I suppose. It was probably just silly of me to just, I probably should have just gone ahead and mono reverb. Okay, mono reverb 15. Mono reverb 15. And I'm sure there's probably a faster way to do this, and I will learn it. But for right now, this is just kind of a new approach for me as well. So I guess maybe in some way, hopefully it gives like people also some comfort knowing that it just takes a minute. That's all. It just takes a minute to be patient and taking your time, and eventually you do get faster at stuff. You know, like I've definitely gotten faster at the mix bus and dialing that in right away. So, all right, now this is the one we really want to focus on, the stereo delay at 12. Because this is where we want things to spread out. Yeah. Yeah, that really just pushed everything right to the front, didn't it? That was a wild. And then the reverb, the stereo verb, about the same, 12. Widen this out a little bit. Just give us... Now, on some of this, like the echo voice, I don't mind if it goes like up to 11 or a little more than 12. All right. Oh, it's on the Doot bus. Oh. I just realized that the bump bums are on the Doot bus. This probably means I don't need any of this. All right, that's so much better. Yeah, well, so what? It happens. What are you going to do? Going to get mad about it? No. All right, so let's go over to the piano now because piano is kind of an important part in this song. And I'm going to have to create a cheat sheet for myself real quick too, because I should have put things in order by the PDF instead of how I did it. But that's all right. Know anybody who needs a matching hat and what? Blanket and hat? I don't, Steph. I don't. All right, let me see what I've done here. All part of it, man. You just 27 is mono delay. On my post-its. I love post-its. I love them. Post-its everywhere. I try to keep that from my public people. But they're all over my desk. All right. 26 is mono verb. And so a little background on this too. This is an old file. This came from GarageBand. So I literally, in my fudging around, had created these extra auxiliary tracks, and I just decided, well, let's just use what is already sitting here, so I don't just have these extra tracks just hanging out. It may not have been the best call. That's okay. This is how you learn. All right. I'm going to post it right here. Bam. All right, let's go to piano bus. Cool. 27 is my mono delay on the piano, so we're going to do about 18 here. Also, we want this post fader as well. 26, mono verb. Around 15, minus 15. Also, post fader, stereo delay. About minus 15. And then post fader as well. Stereo verb. Oh, also minus 15. So probably what I'm going to do here a little bit is take away some of this mono delay on both the vocals. They just are too forward now. All right. I'm just doing a little adjustment as it's as we're going along here, as the reverb and the delays are kicking in. I just needed those vocals to come down a little bit more. All right, so let's get on with guitars. Let's go over here to the wah guitar. Now, I want to take a listen to this. Post fader, post fader. All right, and this is pretty much just how you just go down and grab all your buses and just start here, applying this much for each aux send and adjusting accordingly. That's pretty much it. You know, now I know in the future doing my universal reverbs, I'll make sure that I have them in order of my chart instead of the other way around. And I'll be able to make sure that I've got, I'll have a cleaner session, not pulled in from an old session with a bunch of aux sends doing all kinds of crazy stuff that I had to clean up. So, should go a lot smoother from here on. So I'm going to go ahead and do these guitars. Let's see what happens when we mess with these wah guitars here. So mono delay on the guitar. We went about, I'm going to do this quite light just because it's a wah and I don't really think I need that much. I'm literally just going to put like hardly anything on there. And then the mono reverb on guitars. We'll do about, I'm going to do about 19, honestly. And stereo delay, we'll go ahead. We'll do about 13. Between 12 and 15 is where I'm going on this guitar. Because, like I said, there's already some effects on the guitar via the amp. And then, the stereo reverb for guitar is really 12. Okay. About 13. We'll keep it there. And then the stereo reverb on guitar is about 18. Anyway. I want that. Sorry, I'm running. The DSP is really getting overloaded here. Right about here. I just want to get some of that. I don't need all this cluttery stuff going on in the beginning, but I do like the counter melody that starts happening right about there. There we go. Yeah. It's like a constant adjusting your constantly adjusting your arrangements. All right, so I just wanted to hop on, show you a little bit about this universal reverb, and talk a little bit about the PDFs that I have available for any newbies, anybody who's at home recording, who is curious about getting this analog vibe on your tracks. So I hope that you will consider subscribing to my channel and following me for more. I will be on live a lot this week, working on a custom song that I'm very excited to work on. It's It's called My Ride or Die, was 102. So just to kind of give you like some insight, it's a friend of mine who commissioned this for her grandmother, who she called Granny, who passed away at 102 just last year. And this is a friend of mine I've known for a very long time, and I've heard so many stories about Granny, and she's just such an exceptional, kind of one of those quiet, rebellious human beings that just shows up every day as herself. And that to me is such a beautiful thing. She would wear gold lame shorts and her dance shoes with tights, and she loved to dance. And she was just such a kind-hearted, beautiful soul. So I'm writing this custom song for her. My friend loves old Stax Records music just as much as I do. And so I'm getting to write kind of like this sweet love song for this beautiful, rebellious goddess, much like how you would hear an early Stax Records song. So I'm really excited. It's shaping up quite nicely. And I think I will be on tomorrow for sure in the evening, continuing to work on that song, and you'll get to kind of see my process. There's going to be strings and horns. There is something that I've been wanting to try, which is in Logic, you can actually sing parts and then turn those into MIDI notes and then turn that into a MIDI instrument like strings. And so I've been wanting to try that for the longest time. So I think I'm going to give that a whirl tomorrow night. So tune in. I think I'm going to go live about 9:00 tomorrow night, and we're going to give that a try. See what happens. Because the kind of strings that you get on those kind of swells and those runs that just kind of thing are kind of hard, I find, to do in Logic on a keyboard. So I'm going to do some deep dives on that tomorrow to learn more how to get that sound. And we might even mess around with some Apple loops. Like, this is the process, you know. Oh, does Apple Loop have something that'll really fit that space? Let's try that kind of thing. So it's really a mixture of taking these digital sounds, applying these analog mix chains to them, and balancing the song really according to the reference tracks that you have to make it sound like it came out of 1970s soul. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm Lisa Marshall. Once again, don't forget to pick up that Secret Sauce free PDF. I've got also on my website information about custom songs. I've written one for sister's, it was her sister's birthday, called Polyfucking Anna, which was a blast. I've written a song for someone who wanted a song for their own birthday. It was turning 60. And anniversary, and also for a friend who has her two besties are married and just wanted to talk about their wonderful time that they spent in San Francisco, which is one of my favorite cities. And I also have just an insane catalog of music. So yeah, I hope you'll keep me in mind if you're looking for something specific coming up, because I mean, what's more unique than having a custom song written for your occasion? It's like a sonic painting that you can always go back to, right? That you'll keep forever. And I always put 150% into these songs, because it's an honor to be able to write songs and to be trusted to give these songs what I do. So yeah, and also I've got some freebies. I got a free song called The Best Is Yet to Come, which is one of the songs I am super proud of. Very Isaac Hayes type vibe. So all right, you guys, I'm off to see the Wizard for some dinner and a little walk around the hood, and thanks for hanging out with me, and I can't wait to share the final result of the mix of this song. Y'all take care.